Yo, man,
Oh,
live East meets West. LeBron, no, Luka has just been traded for Anthony. Like I ain't even got it all together in my head yet. Like what? Luka Doncic, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
know,
has been
dude.
traded for Anthony Davis. Lakers and Mavs make a blockbuster. Um, I'm still
Blockbuster trade,
I'm
man.
still took back by this, bro. Like, how you feeling, man? What do you think? I'll just
I
say
mean,
this. My
go for it.
first thought is LeBron's gone, and I'll let you go from there because I know you the
I
con
mean,
man, you the scout. Let's go, man. Because
dude, you
wow,
say I'm plugged in. I'm like the rest of like the basketball world, man. My
really?
first reaction was like exactly I think what your reaction was. This shit's fake, man.
Yeah,
Sam's got hacked. His brother, and then
right,
even the follow-up tweet. Oh no, this is real. That's something someone who's lying would say to you. Like, oh
right,
no,
right.
this is real, man. Like you saw the purse, like in New York City, like downtown. Like, no,
Yeah.
it's real. I don't know, dude. Um, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I'm like you. I think I'm like every fan. I'm still trying to process this. But
I'm
I
trying.
mean,
It's it's
yeah.
uh it's not doable. Like, cause
I
I don't
mean,
understand unless the Lakers are about to, unless they felt like, oh, what did we see from Max Christie tonight? Because I seen stats.
no,
I
come
didn't
on,
see
man.
the I
Stop
didn't
that,
see the
dude.
game. Max Christie and who else dropped 20? Was it Austin Reeves? And I'm like, damn, LeBron had 33 too. And like, so do y'all think that y'all can do better without AD, or are y'all just trying to like press forward towards like acquiring assets, trying to get picks and stuff like that, and trying to set yourselves up for the future a little bit quicker? Because are LeBron and AD going to win a championship? You know what I mean? Like, so I guess theoretically, mentally, I can understand it to some point, but AD been balling. You know what I mean? Like I
I mean,
used to be. Go ahead, man.
no, like okay, so first of all, I guess let's just let's just recap what we do know. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay, go for
in
it.
total, it's a three-team trade or three
Yeah,
teams in
Utah.
right? The
Yeah,
Lakers, the Mavericks, and the Jazz. So when all said and done, right now the framework is the Lakers will receive Luka Doncic, and then the expiring contracts of Maxi Kleba and Markieff Morris. I think Kleber's
yeah,
even out for the season. I believe so. Like I think like he broke his
yeah.
foot. The Mavericks will receive Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and the Lakers first round pick in 2029.
Okay.
And then the Jazz will basically receive Jalen Hood Schifino, who right now, let's be real, right? It's late. I'm not going to bite my words. He's like a bust. He's probably a bust. Okay.
Damn.
And they're going to receive a second round pick from the Clippers in 2025 and a second round pick from the Mavericks also in 2025. So basically, yeah, the Jazz are just taking on, they're absorbing Schifino's contract, and just picking up some trade assets or some draft picks. Now, a couple minutes after, like again, all these details are still pouring in.
Yeah.
Mark Stein made it clear that Luka Doncic did not request a trade. That the Mavericks did this on the way Mark Stein reported it. The Mavericks did this on their own accord, meaning like Luka was in the dark the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, no, like this is insane. And now I'm reading some quotes here from GM Nico Harrison. He's the general manager of Dallas. Well, first Tim McMahon, who covers the Mavericks for ESPN, he's saying that having talked to Nico Harrison, this is like what he understands. The Mavs had major concerns about moving forward with Luka Doncic due to his constant conditioning issues and the looming commitment of another Supermax contract extension. And then he has a quote here from Nico Harrison. I believe that defense wins championships. I believe that getting an all-defensive center and an all-NBA player with a defensive mindset gives us a better chance. We're built to win now and in the future in regards to Anthony Davis. Now, I mean, okay, again, this is my gut reaction. It's like, like when I gave my gut reaction, about the whatever, the Sparks trade, and
Yeah.
I didn't bite my tongue on that one. Like, this is all bullshit, man.
Man,
Like,
this
this
is
is
crazy. This is crazy because You didn't. Okay, so I'm thinking Luka did something like because I've criticized Luka in the past for barking at his teammates on the court, and you know what I mean. I would think that maybe that carries over to the organization to some extent. When I first thought about the trade, like, is he in there pissing them off too? You know what I mean, and that might be an element of it. But it's just like, damn, y'all trade. He's going to drop. He gonna try to drop 50 on you
Well,
every time he sees you. Now he
I
gonna
mean,
hug Kyrie. Yeah, Kyrie, we cool. But here. LeBron just dropped 20. Here. He, dude, this is This is the craziest deal I think I seen him. I mean, maybe Shaq, and then you're getting Brian Grant and something back. But we know he wanted out. We know Kobe wanted him gone, or he was trying to go. He play on Pluto, but like this is probably the biggest blockbuster trade I've ever experienced in my life, and it's been a long life. I ain't gonna put a number.
I don't
on
think
it.
it's
The people that
hyperbole.
know, but bro, like,
Yeah.
huh?
I said no. Well, one, I agree with you. Two, stop saying that because I'm technically older than you. Okay. So,
Yeah, I mean maybe
and then-
Kareem or something from the Bucks to the Lakers, but like, no, I wasn't alive
no,
for that.
no,
So,
no.
like,
I know my history of that. Again, see, because Kareem was
wanted
actually
out.
like, very publicly demanding a trade. I mean,
That
like
trade,
this
yeah,
from
is
all
left field.
from all these sources, they're saying that, like, I mean, even if Luka did have some maybe like some grievances behind the scenes, like he never really made it public,
Right.
and especially it's like what Dallas fan, like, okay, like when Kareem or I don't know, like when Shaq finally got traded away from the Lakers, right? There were starting to become like division among the fan base, like, oh, I'd rather keep Kobe than Shaq. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Things
Yeah.
like that. What Mavs fan was saying, I don't want Luka here anymore. Like, what? A 25-year-old guy, not even in his prime yet,
No.
probably
Not
a perennial
injured all
MVP
the
candidate,
time.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And then you get Anthony Davis, and if his durability isn't there,
see, that's
you
what I'm
know what I
saying.
mean?
That's why I'm saying BS. Like, let me get this straight. You're talking about, I mean, conditioning and just, health are not necessarily synonymous, but still, availability is availability. Whether
Yeah.
it's because of conditioning or like your knees are cooked or whatever it's wrong with AD, right?
Right.
Like, he has his own availability issues, also his own injury
Right.
history. Like, you
Yeah.
can't tell me that, like, oh, like you traded for an older, arguably equally injured, if not more injured player. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense. And here's the thing.
sense.
Here's where like something probably did happen, but like I can't right now I can't defend the Mavs front office because here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, think about it, MJ. Like, everything they said is right. They're reluctant to continue like this partnership with Luka. They're not as emboldened to give him or confident to give him a max contract, and that max contract, I believe, would have been a 5-year, $345 million contract. I get it. That's a lot of bread, right?
Yeah.
But and then I believe also he has a player option next year. So let's just say, hey, right, like the Mavs, Nico Harrison, Mavs ownership, like, you know what, we're not sure. He may have his eyes set for other destinations. Let's get ahead of this. Let's trade him before he could even like be a flight risk, right? He could just walk outright as an unrestricted free agent. Okay, fine, I get that. You're telling me that this was the best offer? Like, did they even remotely call the other 28 teams? Let's just make it
I
about,
doubt
right?
it.
East, West.
If he said, go ahead, keep going. I'm sorry.
Right? Nico Harrison says he wants defense. He wants a center. Right? I'm not saying the Pistons should do it, but just, like, hypothetically, you're telling me that like they didn't call Detroit and said, "Hey, man, like give us like Jalen Duren and Tobias and like." I'm just spitballing here, like Ron Holland. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying you're telling me that wasn't arguably just as competitive, if not as competitive as Anthony Davis. They got Rudy Gobert got 5, right? The Jazz got 5 first-round picks for Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
The Lakers got 1.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, the
The
Mavs got
Mavs
one.
got one.
For,
Yeah.
like, did they?
With a aging, sometimes not durable Anthony Davis.
Does he not have the other
Historically.
GMs like in his contact list? Like,
Right.
you're telling me like he couldn't have called the Warriors? Warriors have all their picks. Right? We have all our picks from 25 to all the way. We have all our first round picks. I'm not saying it has to be our teams. I'm just saying like there's no way you can tell me that this was the absolute best offer. You're telling me that Charlotte or I don't know, what's another bad team, like Portland, I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
And I'm
you're telling
thinking
me
like
nobody else would have traded for Luka. That's BS.
So my question is, or I don't know. I don't know what to think. Like I'm still in a tizzy. Like you trade him because you say conditioning, but then I look at someone like Jokic who gets it done methodically. He takes his time. He does his thing the way he does it on his pace, at his size still. Because I mean, he ain't Giannis. You know what I mean? He's not out here Diesel. So it's just like what. It has to be more to this than what they're actually telling us. Like, I'm not going to believe that they just traded Luka because of, he's not in shape or he this or that. Like, because the dude can drop a triple-double every damn game. If Kyrie's especially not there, he's damn near a triple-double every day. So now you're on a different clock because you got Kyrie, you got Clay, you got AD, who are all, isn't AD 31, I believe? And now you have them all basically on a shorter timeline as well, because who's to say Clay is going to be like worth a damn in 2 more years? Who's to say that Kyrie won't who's to say AD just won't go down? You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you have just Kyrie and Clay. And I mean, I guess you still got Gafford. I guess Anthony Davis gets his center that he wanted next to him, alongside him. I mean, is that like what drove the Lakers to agree to this? What drove the Mavericks to agree to this? Like,
no.
This is weird. It's
the Lakers. What
weird.
drove the Lakers? I mean, I don't know. Again, right?
Unless there youth, are more, I guess.
That's what. No, I mean, like, in my opinion, unless there's more to Luka's, medicals than what we're aware of.
Yeah.
Like, unless this is like some, like a Brandon Roy situation, like there's something degenerative, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not saying there is. Unless there is, no, you have a 25-year-old superstar in his prime, right? Yeah. Like, I don't care what you think about him personally. Like, as you said, he's like the guard version of Jokic in the sense, right? Like he's a triple-double threat. I mean, like, the Lakers somehow, like, they've stumbled upon a face of a franchise again, right?
Yeah,
like a true, like,
they always do, don't they? Damn.
But this one just seems crazy. It just seems like it was handed to them.
Yeah, it does. It's weird.
I mean,
it's weird as hell. Like, it doesn't make sense, actually. You know what I mean?
When you say
NBA need to get on this and check for tampering.
Because like you're saying, like, I mean, does it make the Lakers this year a championship contender? I'm not so sure. Frankly, I think it makes both teams worse significantly.
Unless LeBron is about to play the 4 exclusively.
That's another thing too.
And then what? Jackson Hayes, right? And then who else do they have big? Christian Wood's been out. Okay. And
Christian Koloko, who like was out for a year because of like literally like life-threatening concerns. I'm not trying to like throw shade at him.
That's not throwing shade. That's just saying like he's had a serious situation. You know what I mean? And that it could resurface. So it's like, who do you have? Or are we in a generation now where the big just doesn't matter that much, that they're like, let's just get LeBron and Luka with his ability to be like LeBron in different ways, in other ways, just way less athletic, and let's just go from there. So now you have 2 super dominant ball handlers, super dominant, because LeBron needs the ball. If LeBron's not coming off the ball, this really not gonna work. Because that's why LeBron and Kyrie only worked once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to come off the ball. That's why LeBron and Wade didn't work until Wade said, you know what? I'm a BB, you be A. Because LeBron has still not let go of the keys. Maybe he will now, but I don't think so. Luka hasn't won
Well,
anything. He's been to one finals. LeBron's been to 10.
so
He's about to relinquish that? I don't think
I'm
so.
reading this here, and to me, it does seem believable. It sounds like all the players were completely left in the dark. So LeBron, I know his reputation of kind of being like le GM,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
in this case, it's like he literally was playing a basketball game today with Max
Yes.
Christie.
Yes.
I mean, so he didn't find out until pretty much a couple minutes before we all found out.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is it seems like both teams, because you're asking how does this fit and everything,
Yeah.
if for the Lakers, I don't think it'll keep them competitive this year, but they're not making this move for this year. They're making this move for their future.
Yeah.
This isn't LeBron's wingman. This is his replacement.
Right. Yeah, yeah, it is. And so how does he
You
feel
know?
about that? What's up, Bean? If you got any questions or thoughts, man, let them fly, bro. Because we tapping in with y'all
dude.
too. But
just anything. We're
spitballing and we reacting, man. Like we everybody, man. But look, I think LeBron is gone. Like if LeBron is not happy with this, I think it's about 65-35 LeBron is gone next. Like right now before the trade deadline. When is that? Like Wednesday, right?
Thursday. Yeah, February 6th. Thursday. So we'll probably hop back on, talk about all the major trades or whatever, especially the ones relevant to our home teams.
This is about to start something. This is about to start a domino. Right? Like it was quiet. I didn't think it was going to be too much happening. Small teams, maybe Jimmy Butler, maybe something with
Remember
Phoenix.
What I said?
This shit is about to turn it up for real.
This is what I'm saying, right? Remember what we were saying? When we're just talking about
LeBron had to know.
I don't know, dude. He could be on his way out, man.
I think he's on his way out.
I think. I'm not saying Legion Hoops is not making a source, but he's just saying. I agree with him. I think LeBron to the Warriors could be a viable option now, or they remember the Lakers were willing to do it last trade deadline.
Yeah,
and
with
then he said, you know what? Let's. What's to stop them? I mean, the Warriors, that is. What's to stop them from revisiting it now?
They have to basically adopt the Mavs mindset of we want to win now. We're gonna just mortgage our future with Kuminga, and we're gonna let him go. What is it? He is having a retirement tour next year. LA All-Star game. Luka's their replacement. Yeah. So, Bean, you think LeBron stays in LA for that All-Star game or what? Because he does have a trade.
He'll be at the All-Star game. He might not be in a Lakers jersey.
I don't think so. I think he's about to go now. That might have been part of the deal. Go draft my son. Let me play with him in game one, which happened. You know what I mean? And then like Bean said, he had to know. There's no way you have LeBron James. He's still one of the best players in the fucking league. He's top 10.
I don't know. I think he knew maybe Anthony Davis was on the block, quietly, even though Anthony Davis wasn't fully aware he was on the block. But I don't think he understood who he's, potentially who they're trading him for.
Right, yeah.
Because like I said, they can make it work. It'll be an odd fit. Everything is often an odd fit with LeBron. Star players have to completely,
change
adjust,
their shit.
adjust their game for him. But what I'm saying is, no, to me, yes, this is really more of we traded for a replacement. Bean. Yeah.
Bean said, why would he leave though? He is at home in LA. He only got 1 year, maybe 2 left. What you think about that?
For the exact same reason why it was important for him to do the Olympics, why there's that Netflix documentary coming out. Steph, LeBron, even to a lesser extent KD.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're all relatively comfortable with their legacies. This now is they want to keep winning, but I think they also want to go out on their own terms. I think that's why they're all pushing to find a way to play with each other.
Yeah.
You might say this is a little bit of fan fiction. I don't think it is. I think they just I think the old Vanguard wants to go out the way they want to go out.
With a dub. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Like, yeah, before
so
y'all
I
took
think,
over the league, we came together and we shut y'all down, let y'all know,
I
like,
mean, even then too, I mean, like I said, I mean, it's been confirmed. It's been confirmed from Ramona Shelburne, Shams,
yeah,
LeBron himself, right? Like
yeah,
the Lakers said, "Hey, we have an offer from the Warriors. Are you interested?" They would have
yeah,
done it because they know they have to plan for life after LeBron. Because as Bean said, he's only got a year or two left. And
right.
for the Warriors, they're operating in that same timetable. They're like,
They
hey,
are,
we've been talking about it, right? We like
yeah.
Steph. You want to say Steph's got 2 more years? Cool. That's our window. That's our table. Our timetable.
Especially with Steph being undersized too. Like
So
LeBron
I don't know, man.
getting. I mean, okay,
But
so okay, hold on. So let's turn this then because all the people that's watching, Khan is actually in the Bay. How would you feel about getting rid of Jonathan Kuminga for LeBron James in order to try to win now over what the next 2 years? I would assume. You know what I mean? Because like being said,
I
like
mean,
LeBron got 1 or 2 left. You get LeBron now, you got him next year too. You get LeBron now, you might potentially have him 2 years if he's trying to like play with Bryce. I'm not sure if he's trying to do that.
there's
When is
no
Bryce
way
out?
because Bryce is not a one and done. You're just hurting. I'm sorry. Like I'm not even
Okay,
trying to
so
like throw
don't
shade
even
that
throw it in
kid.
there. Don't even throw it in there then.
He's
Just
not like
Kuminga,
he's
LeBron.
let's be real. He's a 3-star athlete. He's a 3-star recruit. Like he's not a one and done player. Like you would have to like
Okay.
you'd have to like I don't know, right? Like gamma radiation or something, right? Like to be a one and done guy.
Bean said a 2K trade. I feel you.
I know, dude.
That's like me and my boys
Seriously.
playing my league, and it's like, hey, bro, I seen you, like, and we just
No,
traded. Man, I made a Russell Westbrook trade like that before. I sent them Paul Gasol when he was hot. Uh, who else was that? That shoots. What's my man? We ain't gonna Troy Murphy. I sent like 3 or 4 players for Russell Westbrook. Like, yeah, it is cooked, man. He said
I don't
that
know,
Mavs
man.
approached the Lakers with Luka on the table, not the other way. What kind
We
of
need
2K force trade is that? The Mavs approach the Lakers. I mean, that mean they're tired of Luka. I would think. Why are you
well,
gonna
make no
trade?
mistake. I
Yeah,
mean, it's not like either team has like decided to tank. Far from it. It's
right.
just on paper, excuse me, especially Dallas,
Yeah.
like I think they've taken a massive step back.
I
Like
mean,
I
that.
can't see I love Kyrie. I
Well,
can't see no, dude.
I don't know. I don't know because with the pieces that they do have in place, it's not that they'll be better or worse. It may be that they function better. You know what I mean? Because Luka is very damn dominant with the ball, and if Kyrie can pick up some of that extra playmaking and make sure everything is flowing and going the way that it needs to, and you have AD, which helps stretch out Clay, it helps stretch out the other shooters, it helps stretch out the floor wherever, depending on where he's at on the floor, or it lets him operate as the dominant big because they don't have a dominant big. They have like the high flying, like grab the board, put it back up type of bigs. PJ Washington, um, they Derek Lively, they got those types of players. Daniel Gafford, like they don't have an Anthony Davis, and I'm not gonna say that Luka is more valuable because he'll do 30, 10, and 10, and Anthony Davis isn't as valuable because he'll do 35, 13, and 4. You know what I mean? Like the difference is Anthony Davis dominated and he dominated the board, especially if he got like offensive rebounds and whatnot, created second chance opportunities. So and then with Kyrie Irving as well, you know what I mean? Like Kyrie, he's way more like wizardy than Kobe ever was, but he has Kobe kind of like scoring ability in him where he can score multiple ways, put up things and make them that you don't think he can. And then you put Anthony Davis with him, and he's not Shaq, but he is still AD. He's not. I wouldn't put him with Giannis. You know what I mean? I'd rather have Giannis over AD all day. But we see what's happening with Damian Lillard and Giannis now. You know what I mean? And they have their role players in place. They don't have a Bobby Portis, but then again, what if that's PJ Washington? You know what I mean? So I think it can still work, especially in the West climate, the way that it is right now, because there's no outside of OKC, who's dominant, who's a clear they're going to the conference finals team to you. And then but first, let's go back just real quick. Kuminga, uh, uh, what was I about to say? LeBron James, just real quick for people, and now I'm gonna get back to you too, Bean.
Um, Honestly, given all the rumors that have been swirling as involving or regarding the Warriors,
Yeah.
No,
Not.
no,
Ooh.
I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry. F this. F all of this. Uh, Whatever this is, all this like drama or no, it's not even drama. I don't know what
It's
this is. Madness. All this madness. I want Zach LaVine in the Bay. Okay,
oh,
he's
okay.
way more attainable. No, because then what are you telling me? What are you? I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't think LeBron to the Warriors is a particularly like seamless fit either.
Yeah.
You know, like I know they like playing with each other, but like, does that make us a championship team? No. Does it hamper our ability to become a championship team with regards to sending out like like assets and draft capital? Yes, it
Right.
will. You know, if the asking price for Levine is significantly less, and I can keep Wiggins, Steph, Levine, Wiggins, Draymond, and then I can, in the summer, fill out the rest of the roster, right,
Yeah.
with mid-level exception, draft picks, whatever, what have you. I'd
Yeah.
rather go that way, because then if you're telling me that like I can be a playoff team, non-championship team. I'm sorry. No. If this is all, if
Bean
LeBron
want to
is,
get on.
yeah, if LeBron is simply entertainment, right? Like
yeah.
he and Steph, and they're box office. Okay, I don't need that box office, right? Zach LaVine, Space Jam. Okay, he will freaking like his Space Jam dunks and everything,
Yeah.
right? Free throw line windmills. That will keep me entertained, right? So there you
Yeah.
go.
Bean has made some points, bro. Hold on. Let me catch up, Bean. Hold on. He said I would have expected a Kyrie for AD trade. The thing they did back in Cleveland without the center, so I expected it again. Yeah, but they had Tristan. He was getting enough boards, and then they ended up with Kevin, which is a little bit more boards. Honestly, I don't see the Luka and LeBron working. I don't either. Same reasons why LeBron and Russ didn't work. LeBron ball hogs and runs the floor instead. He does. So I hope y'all are right and that LeBron gets traded. I think LeBron is getting traded. And he said, "Give me a mic. I'm turning to everyone: the Lakers, the Mavs, the NBA." Adam Silver, everybody who greenlit this it is an abomination of a trade. This needs a David Stern type of fucking veto. Yo,
It really does. I was about to say that
it
earlier, man.
does. It does.
May
Like,
he rest in
wait,
peace, man.
Chris
But
Paul to Kobe, and you keep August? No, fuck no. It
was not
kind of
no.
does. It kind of does.
How
Because
would have been
it's
sent to
favoring the
Houston?
Lakers only as a big franchise, and they always get the star players as opposed to letting them spread throughout the league and get it how they get it. If you decide to go there as a free agent like Shaq, then cool. But just to get traded straight up, especially for somebody who isn't as durable, Luka is more durable to me than AD, and that's no shot. AD, if you hear this somehow, I ain't shooting at you. I'm just saying, like, you've been durable the last 2 years, but we do a block of time. Over the last 5, you've been down for 3, and Luka's been pretty much available. I mean, he just played a final. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. This is crazy. Like, I just think this is about to cause a domino and a ripple effect throughout the league. Like, a lot of GMs might actually just grab their balls and be like, you know what? I am a man. Let's do this deal. You know what I mean? Instead of being hesitant, like, oh, do we want to do it? Do we want to do it? Because this is one of them just straight to the wall ass deals. Like, this is no fear for either side. You know what I mean? Like, the Lakers want the future. The
I
Mavs
don't think
are
so.
saying they want now, but
I
we'll
think
see.
I don't think no, because I think if you ask like the most diehard Laker fans, they don't believe they can contend for a championship.
No.
Before
Not even
this
now
trade,
with Luka.
they were a second round. No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. There is no there. This has nothing to do about fear for the Lakers side. Like I said, they literally just got like handed a gift, like as if like they were like a charity, right? And instead of like $1, they got like $1 million or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Because it's like D'Angelo Russell didn't work next to LeBron. They got rid of Lonzo Ball next to LeBron. Who else been over there point guard? Like before D'Angelo got there.
Well, Russ
didn't work next to LeBron. Like Bean said too. Like, What ball handler works next to LeBron? Unless LeBron's going to
No, like I said,
sacrifice,
for
it's
the
not
Lakers,
going to work.
no, I don't. I agree. I don't really think I need to do, or we don't need to do any X's and O's for the Lakers. This has
Nah,
nothing to do about the present. You know,
nah.
the whole point of like Lakers like meltdown, right? If again, like you ask, like even like all the guys down there, Dan Wokey, Mark Medina. If you ask them, like, no, that all the plan all along was, or if it wasn't like mandated by the Bus family, like by Jeannie Buss, right? I think a lot
Yeah.
of like fans, a lot of writers believe that the best course of action really was to begin tearing that thing down to the studs, right?
2 years
Because
ago.
yeah, and look at that. They just got to get out of jail card,
Yeah,
right?
they
Like
did.
their idea was to trade away those guys in hopes of getting the draft picks necessary to get that superstar 5 years down the line at the earliest.
Right.
No, they just cut through all of that. They just got the superstar immediately, right? So
By
now
trading the
they're in a
person that was supposed
position.
to carry the torch.
Yeah, exactly. Now they're in a position of power because like they could just trade LeBron. They'll get no backlash. It
Right.
doesn't matter, you know?
No, it
For
doesn't.
the Mavs, though, they are insisting they're operating as if they're still a championship team. And I think even if you get one, well, okay, if you get one, you can't take any like championship for granted. But I mean, like, you've completely shut your window down, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, they have
Like,
like a 3-year window, maybe. And
I
that's
don't
if
think so.
everything goes right. Like you got to beat OKC first. And you got to hope Denver doesn't continue waking up with the role players around Russ and Jokic. And like then you have to worry about the East. You have to worry about the Celtics. You have to worry about if the Knicks click at the right time. You have to worry about if my Pistons actually get somebody that's worth a damn and elevates us to the next level. And we just buy committee but with nine or 10 man rotation. You have to worry about like what's that? Not seeing if I share my tweet. I've always loved Lakers. Don't look back on my tweets, but I've always been a big fan. Hey, drop your name though. Drop your or your Twitter handle so I can make sure like I can tap in. But like man, like this deal. I- and then man, I'm not gonna go off topic. We're gonna stay on topic, but man, I'm just blown back. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are
Um,
sharing the Kobe and Luka pick where they were shaking hands, and it's just like, haha, like that's kind of cool. It's crazy how things come full circle in the NBA. Like it's basketball is all a story. Like when I did the pod with Jay with Taylor, I was just like, all of this is a story, and or with Brendan, I believe on 6. But yeah, like this basketball is a story, man, and it's just crazy where we going next. But don't sleep on Kyrie and AD though, not yet. Like give them the 20 games left that it's gonna take, and it's probably gonna take till next season because like they got Kyrie, it didn't work out. Everybody was trashing the Mavs. If Kyrie still has enough, which I think he should still be at his level for at least he's probably about to up it. So if he's still at that level for 2 or 3 more years, then they have a shot, but it's about putting the correct pieces around him. You know what I mean? And I won't even say AD around Kyrie because if you take Kyrie from that, then what? And then if he can't feed AD like Rondo or hell like Rondo, I can't think of another point guard, maybe Drew that fed AD pretty well. You know what I mean? In his flow, in position. And because LeBron, I've said this in the past, probably on like my other page in the past years ago, but like LeBron doesn't feed, he just be like, here, AD, go for it. Whereas Rondo used to be like in stride, boom, oh, easy lay, boom, oh, super like quick turnaround, super quick turnaround. Or here, if Kyrie has that like point guard ability within him, then him and Anthony Davis actually could be something because I also believe in he said I'm lying, motherfucker.
yeah,
but
dude.
I believe if Kyrie has like that ability in him and he can actually like control that offense, then they do actually have a shot. But with the OKCs of the world, with the Bostons of the world, with the way Milwaukee is starting to look, if New York puts it all together, get Mitchell Robinson back, it's a few teams in front of them that I just Just it's not gonna happen. If Denver puts it together, it's just not gonna happen. So I don't know, man. You got anything else, man? Because I'm still blown and I'm ready to get in this. Because
No,
everybody
man,
going crazy. All of my notifications is I got like 10 notifications about this, bro. Players across the
no.
NBA couldn't believe their eyes. Blazers react to Luka. Mavs had concerns. Oh, okay, you already went through that about his conditioning. Stephen A. I don't know why. I don't even rock with Stephen A. like that, but I got the ESPN app, so
But
I'm gonna listen to him about that. I listen to him about big shit. I don't listen to him tear people down
um, no, I mean, I think I think in terms of like chemistry, you're relatively more optimistic than I am. Actually, you're significantly more optimistic. Chemistry is one thing, right? Chemistry doesn't mean shit to me, right? If it doesn't make sense on the court. This does not make sense on the court. You can tell me you can make it make sense. It
though. For
doesn't
who?
make
The
sense.
Lakers?
Again, I told you, I'm not going to even analyze the Lakers. The only analysis is that they got a superstar for the next decade, assuming he doesn't
Okay,
eat himself out of the league. But still,
right.
you got him for like nothing.
That's
You got him for
facts.
a guy.
Or
You got him
that
for a
beer.
guy.
It's the beer. It's the
You got
beer.
him for a guy who probably wasn't going to be on that team in the next year or two. Let's be real. Let's be
Yeah,
real. Anthony Davis has been dangled for a while now. You know,
yeah.
the fact that it only took him, like this is no, I'm saying for the Mavs, I mean, relatively speaking, a number of things had to happen for them to luck into Luka. You know, uh,
Yeah. They
you
had to trade with who?
no, I'm
Atlanta
just
or was it
saying,
the Kings? The
right? Like
Kings.
you almost no. Fuck it, time out here, okay? They win
Phil
the
Jackson.
championship
Kobe.
in 2011. They win the championship in 2011, right?
Hmm.
And then Mark Cuban, because right, Dirk Nowitzki and Mark Cuban were so close. Mark Cuban convinced Dirk that it was in the team's best interest that they let the championship team walk just for free,
Hmm.
right? As
Dumb
okay,
shit.
because they say, right, we don't want to extend them to multi-year contracts because they're an aging core. Okay. So then you tell Dirk, right, that just wait a year, we're going to get you Darren Williams. We're going to get you Dwight Howard. And year after year after year, they kept striking out. They kept striking out. And you know what happens? You ended up wasting the remaining years or the remainder of Dwight's prime year or Dirk's prime years. Okay?
Hmm. Bean got me laughing.
So
I'm sorry.
so all that's to say is a generational superstar like Dirk, his prime was wasted to the point where like the team became so bad that you had
Lucked
the
into Luca.
fifth, no, not directly. Then you had the fifth overall pick, right? Then you had teams dumb enough
Yeah.
dumb
Yeah.
enough, dumb
Yeah.
enough, dumb
Yeah.
enough. I can
Dumb as
kind
fuck.
of understand, at least at the time, like there were people that made the argument for DeAndre Ayton going at number one, but
Yeah.
then you had Sack take Marvin Bagley at two, right? You didn't control that. That was their stupidity, right? Then you had Atlanta willingly trade down with you to allow you. See what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You had to have like
The
immense.
stars align like hell.
Yes, right? Like the stars aligned like tenfold,
Yeah. Perfectly. And then you trade him away
and you trade
for
him away.
Anthony Davis, who everybody calls Mr. Glass. Like
You know,
unbreakable. Call me Mr. Glass. It's like, come on, bro. Like you Anthony Davis, he gonna
I
come back
mean,
and then what could go down tomorrow. Like, come on, bro. Like, there's no way. Luka hasn't been hurt like that. Yeah, he has had shit, but he plays through it. At least he does that. You know what I mean? Like, at least he plays through a lot of shit. Like, it's all right. I'm about to go play for Slovenia too.
he's
You
a
know what I
top
mean?
five.
Like, he doesn't care.
He's arguably, I'd have to say, and I'm saying I'm just being the conservative here. I'd say he's arguably a top five player. He's no worse than a top 10 player, right?
Yeah,
I'm being very conservative here. And you just
yeah.
trade him away for one first round pick and
We
a
gonna get on
guy,
your bean.
you know, a
Yeah,
guy who's whose career is kind of like on the decline. I mean, not decline, like he's decrepit,
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying, right? Like
yeah.
whatever Anthony Davis's prime
It's
was,
going
yeah,
like that, just slowly.
right.
Yeah.
And you don't really have the means to like, you know, rewrite history, you know, or not rewrite history, but to repeat history again, right?
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. This is just extremely misguided. What I will say though, because you know
You see
me,
what
like,
Bean said about Giannis and OKC?
no, it's not coming up on my feed.
At this point, just do Giannis to OKC for pennies on a dollar because it's the same kind of bullshit.
If
Send him Chet
Giannis goes to
Holmgren.
the West, it's
Here,
not going to
Chet.
be.
Come on,
No, it's not going to be
Giannis.
OKC. No, I can see a team in the West trading for him, but it's not OKC.
For Giannis,
Yeah,
I don't think that's
yeah,
possible.
I think it's possible.
Only if he acts out. I don't
Yeah,
believe that. I
no, I
don't.
think it's
We
possible.
right now.
I think so. I think so. You know, people who are like just as smart, if not smarter than me with basketball, have actually kind of convinced me that there is a pathway for him to make it to the West. You know, but maybe that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, it
You know,
is. We
but
gonna stay on topic.
if there's probably again, we're reacting based on the limited information we're given.
Hmm.
Um, But what I will say though is if this is not a satisfactory, like if the explanation we're being given as to why Luka was traded, if we're not satisfied with this, it's probably because there's more to it, right?
Yeah.
What I will say was Rick Carlisle essentially either got fired or kind of tapped out,
He
right?
tapped out.
A storied, right? Like
Yeah.
the storied championship Dallas Mavericks coach because he's on the record, right? Like he and Luka, no, he didn't fuck with Luka like that, you know.
No, he didn't.
And hey, right at the end of the day,
You
there's a
know.
long history of this. There's a long history of this, right? Don Nelson and Chris Webber, you know. At the end of the
Hmm.
day, right? It's a players' league. When push comes to shove, more often than not, like the wise thing to do, at least for the franchise, is to side with the player, not the coach. Coaches can be replaceable. All I will say though,
To some extent.
is if there was really some kind of character or behavioral aspect to why Luka fell out of favor with the Mavs ownership and front office, then I'm going to have to say right now, I feel like Rick Carlisle is vindicated and good for him because I like him. I'm a big fan of Rick Carlisle, you know.
And probably Jalen Brunson.
And
You know
Jalen
how
Brunson,
much you know how many
yeah.
Dallas games I was watching during that time, and Luca would kind of bark at Jalen Brunson, and Jalen Brunson would just look at him like, "Who you talking to?" You know what I mean? And then he still wanted to stay. I guess as men, we can deal with another man like addressing you, like, "Hey, bro," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he didn't get his money either, and he wanted less money, and y'all let Jalen Brunson walk. So, and then now they have Kyrie Irving, and he's over there bringing the peace for once, and that's my guy. Like, I love Kyrie Irving. And he's over there bringing the peace. So it's just like, well, do we want to go forward still dealing with potentially the instabilities of Luka just going off on us or whatever, or going off on teammates, or do we want to move forward with this version of Kyrie? We got a lot of players around him that can work with them. We've seen what he could do without Luka. We can bring AD in here, and then suddenly we have the presence that we need in order to actually get where we think, or get there the way that we think we can, which is in the paint. You know what I mean? Because that's why you trade for Anthony Davis. I mean, he could shoot too, but like in the paint, because that's key. Like, OKC, if Anthony Davis can do something with them and keep them like at bay, this team might actually like that. I'm not gonna sleep on the Mavs yet because I still believe in Kyrie Irving. He's still young. Like, everybody calling him Unk. You're not Unk till you like 45, 50, bro. Like, oh, well, I'll say 45, 50 like grandpa. But like, Anthony Davis, if he stays healthy, with Kyrie Irving staying healthy as well, Klay Thompson staying healthy as well, and then you have all the pieces in around them. I'm not saying it's championship. I'm just saying it's you can compete. You can
What the
You
fuck does
getting
that mean then?
you getting to the second round, you might get, depending on the matchups and the way the seeding goes, you might get to the conference finals. I still believe in Kyrie Irving on that level, because why would we believe in him with LeBron, but we didn't? We just seen what he did with Luka. He just went to the finals. You know what I mean? So you put Anthony Davis with him, and that's a person that doesn't need the ball at all. You know what I mean? Because Kyrie would have games 25, then 15, then because I was on FanDuel putting in bets and shit. And it's just like, Kyrie, why is you not dropping 20 a game every game, bro? Like, I need you to just drop the 20 ball for me real quick. You know what I mean? So I could get that down. I could hit that fucking parlay, bro. Like, what's up? I think he's going to be back at that now. Like, he's going to be at that tier, and that's the last piece of like with what I'm gonna add to this, because it's just I need to get into the news of it, and we gonna come back with another one. But you got any final thoughts?
If I'm the Lakers, like I said, the more I think about it, like I mean, obviously we said it for quite a few minutes there, but I really think they're just better off like trading LeBron. Like
They are.
I feel like there's no
Dean
way
will be
right
happy
now.
about that.
Yeah, no.
They
Unfortunately,
down,
I
Dean.
don't
They
think
down.
it's not a downfall. It's not a downfall. I
It
think you're
is
better off now. You could recruit way more assets if you trade him now,
now.
you know? And like it's not even like a full-on rebuild. It's a soft rebuild. You have a superstar in place now,
Yeah,
right? So now
yeah.
either bring in the young players or create the necessary cap space to bring in those players, in free agency. So
Bean is funny, bro. My bad. He said veto, veto, veto. Then he said, "Man, I was praying on the Lakers' downfall for another 2016 to 2018 stretch, but now it's all gone. I'm crying. The kids are fucking outrageous these days. I'm 22, but I got called a Blues Clues looking ass because I wore stripes.
nice.
That's funny because I wore a striped shirt. Bro, they said LeBron found out at dinner and that he is currently processing the trade, motherfucker. Knew he was at the helm. He executed the trade. Yeah, and he probably out next too, though. So don't worry about the Lakers' downfall. Like with Luka, they won't be back up for another 2 or 3 years anyway, unless the league keeps allowing them to just get free shit, like they get Jimmy Butler and something that works. Like I don't see the Lakers. OKC is on top, and they're not going anywhere no time soon. So we'll see. And then until Luka learns how to play with somebody else, like. He did it with Kyrie, but who's he gonna respect like that? Like that's coming with the type of maturity that Kyrie came. It might be LeBron, but I don't see them working unless LeBron says the ball is yours. I'm a wing now. You know what I mean? I'm not a guard at all. I'm not getting a Magic Johnson assist that I've been waiting on him to get anyway. Because I'm like, LeBron, you can still get further, but you need to turn into Magic. And he did it. He dropped his points per game. He's been dishing the ball. He shows up when he needs to, but it's just like, bro, until you actually learn to relinquish and hand the damn keys over, it's not gonna happen for you, bro. It's just not. But that's really all I got, man. Like we definitely I think we should be over this trade deadline. It's looking spicy. I don't know if nothing else happened. Did anything else happen in the shadows? Yeah,
No.
no, nothing else. Mavs, Lakers, yeah. This crazy, man. But yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. Share this, subscribe, like, all that. Keep up with us. We do some things. It's been a while since we did it just flat out NBA pod. We're gonna get back to that though. But yeah, man. Like tell us y'all comments, and if y'all want to know something, we will tap in with y'all thoughts, y'all questions, whatever it is, you know what I mean? And man, happy trade deadline, bro, because I think it's about to get crazy. I think it's about to get
Good
crazy.
luck.
I think it's about to get crazy. We might see Jimmy Butler for damn Kobe White or something like that. Some other lopsided. Even though Kobe White's nice. I like Kobe White. Jimmy Butler for Patrick Williams or something like that. Who knows? And go back to Chicago. Who knows? But just things like that. But yeah. All right, y'all. Oof. NBA going crazy. Oh, wait. Make sure y'all follow us at EMW pod _ or EMW _ pod Twitter. Yeah. And y'all see the names at the bottom. Opinionated underscore MJ at CP3 underscore 777. Yeah. Appreciate y'all.